What's up guys? This is our 78 series Toyota TroopCarrier and it's finished. Well, almost. Today we're going to be showing you all the extra bits and pieces that we've added to this car, like the bull bar, the rear bar, the wheels, let's not forget that roof conversion, and all the other crazy stuff that we've added to this car. So, let's get into it. All right people, it's time to show you around our LandCruiser. Now, recently we've just done, well, a heap of videos on this, but recently we just did a walkthrough on our interior. So we're gonna skate over those kind of things. And if you wanna see more in depth, if this is the first time you've ever seen the channel, and you wanna see more about the Cruiser, you can go back and watch those videos after you watch this video. But we're gonna focus on the new stuff. And first thing that you guys can see right here is our bull bar. This is the Cruiser Company bull bar for a 75 series, or this is a 78 series. Basically what you would call the narrow nose LandCruiser 70 series. So if you guys own or have owned a 75 series LandCruiser or a narrow nose, you'll know that there is just not really many bull bars on the market. And as they get older and older, a lot of companies are discontinuing making their bars. So it's super hard to find a bar. But Cruiser Company, being Cruiser Company, make the best bars anyway. And we've got this epic bar on here. Single like hoop round here, as you can see, like not something that's usually molded in there. They always make everything so stout, and this is no exception. We obviously have no spotties or winch in this thing yet, but that's to come. So it comes with these little fog lights and running lights as well. Haven't wired them up yet. I wish I could show you, but haven't had time. This bar's only been on for a few days. Now, as we get to the side of the car, you will see so much more has changed recently. The big elephant in the room, well, I mean, this might be the elephant in the room for you guys, but for me, it's the wheels and tires. So we've gone with the ATIs, the same as what's on our Prado, and we absolutely love them. Unreal. Obviously, we just went full black. We have the machined with a black lip on the Prado, and they've been an epic rim. They look so good still. With no exception on the LandCruiser, we went the same. And also the Maxxis Razor mud tire, again, the same as what's on the Prado. The most expensive set of tires that I've ever bought, but it's worth it now they're on the car. And as you guys may have noticed as well, just to keep in legalities, we have the Bunnings Special flares on here. So that's just garden edging that I've screwed on just to make it legal for now. We do plan on getting flares, but they're just really hard to find for under $1,000 really, and to get them color matched. But that's something that we'll get into, you know? All right guys, I just wanted to add something into this wheel talk. So when we put these tires on our Prado, there was a lot of people commenting saying that beadlocks are illegal in Australia. And that's true, super true. You can't run beadlocks in Australia. These are a hybrid beadlock wheel, and they can be a beadlock. They can be illegal if they want to be. If anyone doesn't know how a beadlock works, quickly, instead of the tire being mounted on the rim, it gets mounted on the front of the rim, and then a ring like this will clamp the tire on. Physically, the tire will sit in the middle and it will clamp together, meaning that you can run them at basically no pressure and it will never fall off the bead, which is the problem that most people have when running low pressure, that the tires will fall off the rim, basically. Anyway, this tire has the capability of running both. And so, as you can see here, which I could never show you with the Prado because this is a real beadlock ring, whereas the Prado has a fake beadlock ring on it. The tire on this is mounted here behind the rim. So that is a legal mounting. In here, if you mount it in here as a beadlock, it's technically illegal. Now, this is the real beadlock ring. So, like I said with the Prado, it has a fake one that folds into there and means that you can't. Like if you wanted to get a rim like this, I'm not saying that this is legal, but I know that a lot of people would do this. They would buy this rim and then maybe they were doing a trip across the Simpson Desert. And just before they go to the Simpson, they'll get their tires switched over into beadlock mode, do the Simpson Desert, do the Canning Stock route, things like that. and then when they get home, they can change them back to a normal thing and do whatever you want. I hope that explains that to you guys, is that yes, speed locks are illegal. No, these aren't bead locked. Probably the other elephant in the room are the stripes. Now, these stripes are from Touge Nation. I don't know how you say it. Everyone said toe gay. Who knows how you pronounce it? I actually think it's fun to say the wrong thing. Anyway, if you guys have ever seen our Prado, you'll know that it has the same style stripes. This is called the Renmark body stripe. But after seeing that other people have the exact same stripes as us on their Prado, I wanted to do something a bit different. So we got Touge to custom make us some stripes. Now, we did put on a YouTube video and an Instagram poll a while back asking you guys to vote on which color stripes we should get. And it was about 70% of you guys wanted orange, 30% wanted blue, but pretty much all of you guys wanted the Renmark forward-facing stripes. There was an option for the stripe to go across and then stick up the back there. That's the reverse-facing stripes. We knew you all wanted the front, and this is what we come up with, orange and blue together. I'm so happy with how they turned out, like crazy. When I peeled the stickers off, like the top off the vinyl, I thought to myself, this is way too loud. It's too much, it's too bright, and it would look stupid. But now it's on the car, I absolutely love it. I just think it looks unreal. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Tell me if you guys think the stripes look good. Personally, I love them, and I also like that they're individual. I know that there's a lot of other Land Cruisers with stripes on them. I'm not gonna say we're the only ones with stripes on them, but we're the only one with these stripes. All right guys, so next new part of the car is the awning. So guys, this is the Alu-Cab 270 shadow awning. It's pretty good so far. I've owned a lot of 270 awnings now, and we have the Bush Company one on the Prado, we had the Bushwhacker one on the Ranger, and also the XTM one, and they've all been different. Sorry that the XTM one wasn't really comparable to the three, but everything has its strengths in all of them. But I really like this one. So it's actually a bit smaller than normal 270 awnings, which helps because it makes it a lot stronger. All these awnings have so many differences, but the one thing I really like about this awning is us being from Tasmania, also living on the road all the time. We don't really just use our awning for the sun. In Tasmania, you want to feel the sun. So I really use my awning for the rain the most. And with all the other awnings, they pull a lot. Whereas I like this, the idea of this here, that picks your awning up and gives it a pitch so that it all runs off. Now as well, there's another piece that makes it even better. This bit is a gutter. So, I know it's a bit hard with the tire in the way, but basically, is you just slide it in here. I'm really struggling, hang on. So, basically what this does is it slides in there, and then you do your awning back up. This Velcro's on here. Basically, you have this gutter here. Now, we can't get rain in. Well, I mean, we can get rain in from the sides, obviously, and you can get wall kits for this, which I probably will get. As you can see around here, the awning is connected to the car because it's bolted to the tent, so you can't get water down through here either, which makes it like a dry space under here, which I always had that problem with the Ranger, and I have that with the Prado as well. The way that they're mounted on the roof rack is just, it's fantastic, but it doesn't really stop the rain. While we're on the topic of awnings, I know this isn't an awning, but this is a shower tent, and it's pretty nice. It's the first shower tent I've really seen in a box like this. Super nice. Everything's like powder coated as well in these Alu-Cab stuff, which is great. Anyway, all you do is just whip, whoop, watch out. You just whip that out. That bit locks in, like that. This area pops out. Hang on, I'll move you back. So, as you can see, there's weights at the bottom and you've got that. Now this bit here as well, that's a roof. So you would obviously peg this down, but hopping in, you have your roof here, which will just Velcro on. So that's cool. And then, hang on, let me bring you in with me. And then this part flaps down. Oh, I need the keys. And you open this bit up. Voila, the shower area. So we have all that kind of stuff, and then you just in your shower bay. Anyway, I think that's pretty neat. I'll pack this up quickly so that people don't think that I'm showering in the car park. Now the next fancy schmancy thing we've got going on here is our Cruiser Company rear bar. If you watched last week's episode, we lost our SD card which had all the footage of me installing this. But this thing is crazy solid. I've never really seen a rear bar that has chassis mounts so far deep into the car, I guess, like towards the front. Like, it's crazy, and it's so well built and thick and super high clearance as well, which is epic. So you can get a heap of different options with this rear bar. You can just get the rear bar, but we went for the option with jerry cans on the back and one tire. Now I know people do 2 tires. I'm happy with one. We just bought expensive tires and then just run one tire. Jerry cans as well, not for fuel because this thing's 180 litre tank. I went for water because water helps you survive. Anyway, it's super easy to swing these out. They use like a car wheel bearing on the end, which is crazy. I don't know if that's normal, but it makes them slide so well. Unreal. And they're on gas struts and stuff as well, which is epic. Look how easy this is. Crazy. Now we obviously usually have the cactus rear bag on the back of that spare tire. I just haven't put it on yet. Getting around to it. Oh, and as you can see here, look at this. So one of my really good friends, Nihal, is from Pakistan, and he was back in Pakistan the other day and he said that they brought out new license plates there, and he just got this one made for me and Lil. So this is a Pakistan style license plate, but I think it's really cool. Obviously you can't see it. I know it's illegal to display fake number plates, but it's on the inside, which is pretty cool. And obviously at night, the little light lights it up and stuff, which is super cool. I do have a reverse camera here, which I don't know if we ever talked about, but that needs to go onto here. I just haven't got around to that yet. So all I can see when I'm reversing is just the inside of this. Now, before we get to the pop top, see these bad boys up here? I have 2 iTech World 150 watt solar panels that are mounted on the top. I do wish to change how they're mounted. When we were putting the tent on, the only brackets that I had at the time were the ones they came with, and I just couldn't really get them right. So I just chucked them up like that. Like, they're super solid and they're great, but I do plan on moving them. So we have these little Alu-Cab like slimline roof bars that are on the tent, and they came with the tent. What I plan on doing is spreading them further apart and then sitting this panel on the inside. So if you can see where it's mounted now, 1, it's high and I want to get it as low as possible. But 2, if you have your panel overhanging like that, you can imagine being off-road with tree branches and stuff. It's just an easy spot for a tree branch to get caught under and just fold your panel back and break them. Whereas if they're stuck in behind a bar, it's just a lot more protected. And as we all know, this thing's gonna go off-road. Okay, so time to pop the tent up. You would obviously pop the tent before you did your awning, but it's not that hard to do this. Let the awning back and then go again. So you just got to lift up to about here, and then the gas struts take it. And then there's this little elastic which helps the tent suck in, and that's it. You can just get in. It's easy. So we've got the roof up, but before Lil shows you inside, I'll just run you guys through a couple little things that we did in here. Now, first thing you see, we've got these armrests from the 70 series store. These are so good. Just having an armrest here, it's like the perfect spot. Like, Land Cruisers should come out with these, and I feel like if you see any 70 series driving around, doesn't matter whether it's modified or not, they've got something like this. Plus a cup holder. This car does not come with cup holders. Don't know why, but any extra cup holder is amazing. Now, as well in here, you'll see that we've got new seats. So these are out of a 2024 Troopy that they just bolted straight in on the same rails that I had before. Heaps more comfortable, like way more comfortable. So much support and stuff. I got these for 450 bucks off Facebook Marketplace, and it's really cleaning the interior up of the car. Oh, I also got these little, what are these things called? Like a step. Like a protector on the paint or whatever, which is cool. Sorry, the car is so messy. I'm literally halfway through cleaning it before the Sydney show this weekend. So if you guys are watching this on Saturday when it comes out, we will be at the Sydney show right now when you're watching it with the car on display. So if you want to come and have a look, or you want to ask me any questions, come have a look. It's the perfect time. It's going to be there on display. As you can see here, there's a roof console in here. I also got these cool little things from Alu-Cab that sit on your sun visor, so you can hold stuff in there. I've been putting my sunnies in here, which is great. Anyway, you can see here that there's like molly panel. I know some people call it mole panel, but I think it's called molly. So this all comes in the tent. Like this whole, what do you call it? Roof console comes in the tent. So there's heaps of storage up in here. I've got stuff like, what's that? My tire deflators. And then there's USB ports and stuff up here as well, so that you can sort of run your cables and put like your phone or whatever up there. I've just been like charging camera stuff up there really. Like, oh, there's some more sunglasses. Pretty sick though. There's 4 USB ports up through the middle. This is just the light that was originally in the Troopy at the front. So I would like to get something a bit nicer. There's switches here which turn the lights on and off in the back. So if you accidentally leave them on, you can turn them on and off here. And then this switch here, that turns the USB ports on. And it also stopped a fair bit of sound as well when this roof went on, if anyone's interested. You guys won't believe it, it's just started raining right now. Horrific. Trying to fly my drone at the moment. Trying to get this shot for you guys. See that? But unfortunately, which has been happening all day, people have been turning up and getting in my shot, as you can see. Someone decided that they would park right next to us. I mean, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want. But, I don't know. That's all I can do. Well, it's better than the school kids that turned up just before. A subscriber did turn up before though, which was really, really nice. I do love it when you guys come and say hello. Anyway, I'll just show you guys what it looks like from the back here. And then Lil's gonna show you what it looks like inside. As you can see here, there's a wooden panel at the back here, which is not standard. So guys, as you come up here, you just climb up here and you push on this. It lets you up into this area. Now I'll hop up, you gotta climb on the couch and then you can get into the bed. So, now I'm up here in the bed. Now we have a couple of upgrades in here that are a bit different to a standard Alu-Cab. So, the trap door here, what you do with that is you just push him down and that gives you a heaps bigger area on the bed. But what we have is like that. It's a wooden panel on some I don't know, click clacks or whatever. And that gives you the ability to lounge up in your tent like this. Bit of a backrest, which is really cool. And also, we have fold down table. So now we can put our laptops up here and watch movies and all that kind of stuff. There's also these things you can put your clothes and whatever in them. Lil's got an eye mask. We'll say having this dark canvas gets no light in, like nothing. It's so good. We just sort of leave these down here though when you're closing it so that it doesn't become like a balloon and it lets the canvas fold in, because otherwise, yeah, it just pushes out. So always leave those undone. But pretty big, pretty comfy.
Hi guys, yes, I'm here. We have finally got a rooftop tent, roof conversion, Alu-Cab Hercules version 2, and it means that I can sit up in the back of our Troopy. Absolutely no troubles now. So let's talk about this Alu-Cab conversion. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this moment for us because we've been sitting here like this.
The door was slightly ajar.
Unable to use our Troopy now for like since May, since the minute we bought it. So we got this done really recently and we've slept in it about 4 times and we absolutely love it. It is so, so good. Obviously the bed is lifted up at the moment, but when we need to go to bed, this bit comes down and it is a little bit lower than what we had it before. However, it means that we've still got this space here that we can stand up in and get up and down from the bed onto the ground. So that's really handy. I'll pull it down and show you what I'm talking about. So when we go to bed, this bad boy comes in and you can see there's definitely room for someone to come and have a sleepover down here. So we can convert this into our bed and we could have 4 people sleep in the Troopy.
I'll put her up. Sorry.
So we could actually have a full-on sleeper, or we could have a full-on sleepover and have 4 people staying in the Troopy in one night, which is absolutely insane. But you just get up from this little hatch here, and to be honest, when we're sleeping up the top, we don't even need to pull that down because the bed is already, I think it's 180 long. So it's absolutely perfect for us. Obviously, if you're really tall, you probably need to have that extension down. But so far, we only really need to pull the bed down and then we've always got that bit open, which is amazing for when we've got the heater on and the heat just floats straight up here and we're nice and toasty and warm. The only thing that we did change to the conversion is that we added a mattress topper. We've just come from sleeping in a caravan and the mattress just wasn't up to standard. So we've just bought an IKEA mattress topper and we've cut it to size and we've just literally folded it under. And now it is so, so comfortable, but it does make it a real squeeze to get everything up there. So we're deciding what we're going to do about that. We do need to take the pillows down at the moment when we shut it up, but that's the only downside to that. Aside from that, it's absolutely perfect. We can now use our induction cooker. We can now use our sink. We are gonna have to, when we get back to Tassie in the next month or so, rejig this bench top because our tap was too far back at the start and it meant that we couldn't actually lift our tap up and use it as like a normal tap. But we now can, which is so good. The only other thing as well is our sink is probably a little bit too far off to the right. So our plan is move the induction about 3 centimeters maybe, and then move the sink over as close as we can to the induction, and it'll mean that we've got a much more usable space here. I think had our time again, we would have done the bench top differently. We probably would have put the sink here, maybe put the cooker down here, but you live and learn. And I mean, maybe in the future we might redo this, but for now, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So no, we're looking really good. Heaps and heaps of charging ports in this rooftop tent. We've got 2 over here. We've got 2 over here. We've got heaps up the front, which we'll get to when Jakey does the front. But we're never going to be short on 12 volt power, which is terrific, because I know that we were a bit nervous coming from the caravan, having so many ports, moving into the rooftop tent or the Alu-Cab conversion and not being able to charge all of our cameras, but we can, so there's no dramas about that. I think that's about that on the inside of the conversion and the inside of the car, on everything that you guys haven't seen already before. But it feels good to be able to stand up, I tell you now. Feels really good. I've been using the oven, been using the induction. It's just so nice. Like, honestly, I don't think we've got, actually, I think we've got more bench space than we did in the titanium. Obviously, there's not very much walking space, but that's just the price you pay. We don't have to tow, which is so good. We went into inner Sydney the other day, and let me tell you, we've never driven through a city before because we always have the caravan on, and it was so good. We got to drive over the Harbour Bridge. But now I'm just rambling. Anyway, it feels good. It feels good to not be towing. I'm really happy with how it's come along in such a short space of time. I feel like the first start of the build took months and months, but now the roof's on, the wheels are on, the stickers are on. It's all just happened in like a week. So it's really cool.
And how could I forget as well, there is these Molly panels on the back of the car. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is it Molly or Mole? Molly. Which is cool because you can hang stuff, and we have these sick Alu-Cab bags. Actually, these things are wicked. So how we're storing all our clothes in here is these Alu-Cab bags. Now, they're just like a clear top bag. So like this one, for example, is Lily's jeans and skirts and stuff like that. So we just have, like, I'll have t-shirts and shorts and underpants, and there's all these different size bags, and Alu-Cab make all these bags. But the coolest part about these bags, well, one, they're really good quality and waterproof, but is that Alu-Cab actually make these out of all the offcuts from their tents and awnings and stuff, so that there's like no wastage, because obviously when you're cutting big triangles and stuff out, there's always going to be wastage. But to keep waste down, they invented these little bags, and ones like these that go on the mole panels, which is so good, because I love that. As we all love our world and we love our environment, and we need to look after it. And one of the easiest things you can do to look after your environment is cut down on your waste. Now there's also a drop down table here. How cool is this? This bit slides out. That's pretty wild. There's so much. There's so many things. So many great things. As you can see, a lot of this is Alu-Cab gear because they specifically make Troopy gear. Like, for example, this is specific to a Troopy. Like, it's cut to the door, and that is made for a Troopy. Like, obviously the tent's made for a Troopy. They make everything for Troopies, so it was just easy to go with gear that's specifically made for the car. It fits so much better rather than trying to retrofit anything. As you see in here, that I've retrofitted a lot of things. And it's been hard work. So it's just started raining, so I'm just gonna pull the tent down while we're here, just so you guys can see how easy it is. I mean, you wouldn't want to be a light person doing it, but it's possible. If you're a light person, you could just hang on that and it will pull down. Like, I will start like this and just put my body weight on it. Oh, there goes my phone. I haven't done this very gracefully. Like, if you just wanted to hang, that'd be an easy way to do it. But you can also just pull from here if you want. Once you get down to there, grab onto that. Tuck the rope in. And she goes down. Now we obviously have to remove our little, what are we calling this? I know it's called a gutter, but So that will then stay on the awning, and then it just gets folded up and in there. And this piece as well is supposed to stay on the awning. Anyway, because we've got the mattress protector in there, I've got to sort of pull down on it to get the clips on. Makes it a bit harder. Alrighty, so it's raining, time to pack up. But as we're packing up, I'd like to talk to you guys about why we chose to do a roof conversion, why we chose Alu-Cab, the Alu-Cab Hercules. Oh, I'd forgotten to put this down. And all that kind of stuff. Now, I know roof conversions are super expensive, and everyone thinks that it makes it really top heavy. But to be honest, Troopys are top heavy anyway. Now, most of the roof conversions are the same. Some are a little bit lighter, but they're all around about the same. The Alu-Cab roof conversion is 114 kilos, but you're removing your roof. So once you remove your roof lining and all that kind of stuff, and the supports and the, you know, all that wishy-washy or whatever, that's about 30 kilos. So realistically, you're only actually adding 80 something kilos on your roof. Now think about if you've got a rooftop tent, rather than putting any rooftop tents down, we'll go with an Alu-Cab rooftop tent that weighs this much here, plus a roof rack on top. So the roof rack weighs, you know, depending on the roof rack you use, but if you're gonna put a cage on there, it might weigh 25, 30 kilos. Now the next thing is that by cutting the roof off your Troopy, you're actually allowing the tent to sit further down, rather than if you put a roof rack on and then a tent on top, you're bringing it higher, so you're bringing your center of gravity higher. Meaning that if you're someone that, you know, wants to go off-road, which I feel like if you're gonna travel around Australia in a Troopy, you're gonna go off-road, like otherwise you just buy a van. It means that, yeah, it brings your center of gravity down. It allows you to have a rooftop tent with a lower center of gravity. It's just never been explained to me like that before. I just always thought adding the roof conversion is so heavy, but it's actually better than a rooftop tent. Like it's less weight and it's a lower center of gravity. Now I've done a horrific job of packing up this awning because I can't talk and do things at the same time. It's just the boy thing in me.